Good afternoon, Kitchissippi. It is Saturday, November the 29th. This is a video version of the 459th Kitchissippi Weekly Ward Newsletter. There is lots more information about all of the topics that we'll discuss in the weekly email newsletter, to which you can subscribe at kitchissippiward.ca. Coming up this week, I just wanted to make a quick note that I have a personal trip I'll be taking out west, leaving on Wednesday evening. I'll be back in the office the following Tuesday morning. I might be a little bit tough to reach during that time, but my staff are in the office to answer emails and respond to calls. And please continue to use 311 for your routine city requests. I'll be hosting pop-up office hours. My next ones are coming up on December the 11th. Those will be held at Les Moulins Lafayette. It's been a while since I've done it there. That's at 1000 Wellington Street West, right at the corner of Irving. Pop-ups are an opportunity to come by anytime during those hours and chat with me one-on-one about whatever is on your mind. So that again is December the 11th from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. at Les Moulins Lafayette. Also in the newsletter this week, I've made note of my update to my housing tracking numbers. The Ottawa housing numbers from the CMHC were published a couple of days ago. It was a slow month. Just a quick note, 144 apartments were started. That's relatively low. 125 singles, 123 row homes. There are currently 792 singles under construction in the city, 1,627 rows, and 12,899 apartments. But in October, just 12 apartments were completed, 119 singles and 126 rows. With 15,508 units under construction in Ottawa right now, we are almost as busy as we've ever been. We're higher than 2024, 2021, and 2020, a little bit below, however, 2022 and 2023. I have a link to the blog post on kitchissippiward.ca where I have my roughly 6 years of tracking, if you want to take a look and compare year over year. The Committee of Adjustment is going to be meeting on December the 10th. Again, there is just that single application in our ward at 300 Parnell. The owner is seeking permission to subdivide the property into two separate parcels for the construction of a semi-detached dwelling. They're looking for reduced interior side yard setbacks. As the time I wrote this, their staff comments are still not available. At some point, I assume over the next week or so, planning staff will weigh in with whether or not they have any concerns. I am standing in the plaza at Holland Cross, where behind me, the new property management company, Taylor Co., has lit up a 35-foot tree. It is absolutely gorgeous, and you might be able to see behind me, not quite, they are also hosting a Christmas market in some of the commercial space that is here on the plaza. I would paid a visit to that craft fair bazaar, some really funky stuff in there. That's going to be running on Thursdays from 5 until 8 p.m., Fridays from 5 until 9 p.m., Saturdays from 12 until 9 p.m., and Sundays from 12 until 7 p.m. There's also going to be performances that they have planned in this space. You can check their Facebook link. I have a link in the newsletter. Samaritan Services Ottawa is hosting a dinner on December the 13th. It is their 11th year serving those in need in the community. The event will be held on Saturday, December 13th from 2 until 3:30 at the Ottawa Church of God, which is at 1820 Carling. That's next to the Dulux Paints. I have lots more information about that dinner at their webpage online. And then the Fisher Park Christmas Craft Fair is going to be held on December the 6th. That will be from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. Saturday, December 6th. A unique local gathering of urban artisans and local charities offering a wide variety of handmade items and gourmet foods, all great for stocking stuffers. The admission is free, and I hope to see many of you there. The Westboro Village BIA customer appreciation and charity drives are still on as part of their Light Up the Village campaign. I was there yesterday as Cornerstone was collecting personal items and cash. It was very busy. Thanks to those of you who donated. I saw a very full donation jar, which was excellent early in the day. There are two more of those coming up. On Saturday, December the 6th from 1 until 4 in Winston Square, you can help Carlington Community Health Center, and And on Saturday, December the 13th, you can help the Westboro Region Food Bank visiting the courtyard at the All Saints Anglican Church. City Hall continues to be busy. Some of those budget meetings are now knocked out of the way as we approach that final budget vote on December the 10th. The Audit Committee is going to be the next to meet on November the 28th. They'll consider their portion of the budget. They're also going to receive the Auditor General's audit of council expenses as well as paramedic services, and the Auditor General will present her 2026-2027 work plan. The Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee is next to meet on December the 1st. They're going to be considering rezonings on First Line Road, Perth Street, Fluellen Road, and Marchhurst Road, and considering providing municipal support for a battery energy storage system on Thomas Argy Road. Take a look at the agenda for all the details for those. I have a link in the newsletter. The Finance and Corporate Services Committee is going to be meeting on December the 2nd with an agenda that considers its portion of the proposed city budget. I know I have some questions about the increased contingency funds that OC Transpo is asking for as part of that budget. There is also a number of properties that are proposed to be disposed of to our affordable housing partners, and I have a motion that I described last week in the newsletter with respect to getting the lands that are at Bullman and Hinchy, just down the street from me, directly into the hands of CCOC. Lots of information about all of those on the Finance and Corporate Services Committee agenda that is available online. The Planning and Housing Committee is going to meet on December the 3rd. We've got some rezonings and official plan amendments to consider. At 1900 and 2000 City Park, we're going to consider an official plan amendment and rezoning associated with a big high-rise development on that property. At 258 Du Rocher, we're considering a rezoning that would allow for that property to have an animal hospital on it. That would be part of a new animal welfare hub. I'm glad to see that one moving forward. And at 829 Carling, we're going to weigh an official plan amendment and rezoning to facilitate construction of a 50-story mixed-use building at that very dense corner. We're also going to receive the Treasurer's report on the various growth-related revenues that would include things like cash in lieu of parkland, development charges, and community benefits charges. The Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee will meet again on December the 4th. This time, they'll consider the portion of the city budget that is within their purview. The Environment and Climate Change Committee will do the same on December the 8th to consider its portion of the budget. That's always a very busy meeting with delegations as the committee considers various climate change considerations and initiatives, as well as some of our key water and sewer infrastructure. And then finally in the newsletter, I've provided a link to the Built Heritage Committee meeting that is going to be held on December the 9th. We're going to be considering files including 6019 Perth Street that is proposed to receive heritage designation, a demolition at 208 Slater, proposed conservation guidelines for the redevelopment of 284 King Edward, and designation of 300 Rochester. We will also contemplate the nomination of the Byward Market as a National Historic Site as it approaches its very important 200th anniversary. So you can see all of the documents associated with all of those items through the links that I have provided in the newsletter. Kitchissippi, it is absolutely gorgeous out here and picturesque with the snow falling. I hope you have a great week, and thank you for watching.